Now, I don't know if a few of you have seen me through the halls over these past few days or heard that I've been here the last couple days. How many of you are familiar with Michael Jordan? Who here knows Michael Jordan? Yeah. I had a chance to meet Michael Jordan. I had arranged for the Philadelphia Flyers to meet Michael Jordan. Yeah. And I wanted to go thank him. So it was one of the biggest opportunities of my life because you really don't know what it's going to be like to meet somebody and thank them. But I was able to work my way through the crowd, and I went up to Mr. Jordan and right in front of him, and I just said, hey, thank you. I really appreciate your generosity in taking time to agree to meet the Philadelphia Flyers. And when he talked to me, his attention was 100% on me. He looked at me in the eye, he talked to me, and he appreciated my words. He was so much into the conversation with me that when we stopped talking, I looked around and there was a whole room full of people, cameras there, lights there, everybody was there. But that's when I realized the value of giving 100% attention to every person you meet. There's a respect that you can give when people are up in front of the group. There's a respect that you can give when someone is talking to you. And there are times in our lives, and you know it, we get distracted, we're thinking about other things, we've got so much going on, school is going on, we lose track. But when we stop and just look and observe that person and listen to what it is they're saying, then we're being respectful. Now, one of the things that I definitely want to do with all of you is my goal is to give you the respect today. But I want to ask you for that same respect. There are a lot of tools and tips that I've learned from successful people, and you're getting ready to move out into this world. I want you to have the same opportunities and learn from my mistakes because I've made so many of them. So if I can save you some time in learning from those mistakes, then I want to. There are three things that I have found of the most successful people. One of them is extraordinary preparation. The other is a belief in yourself, and the third is resilience. Well, when I was in grade school, I had taken a math test and I got a 38 on the test. To me that's not good news. I didn't want to tell my dad about it. But I was given the opportunity to take a retest. So for once in my life, I looked at studying in a different perspective. I said to myself, I can't just sit down and open the book. I really have to take the time to figure things out, and that's exactly what I did. So I sat down and I put the time into the studying. I talked to the teacher to get more information. I even talked to my dad to say, what blanks can he fill in? And all I wanted to do was pass that test. If I would have gotten a 70, I was happy. But I got a 92. Now, the lesson in that, though, is I didn't know that I was smart before I got that 92, because when I got that 92, I almost fell off my seat. Like I said, I would have been happy if I passed. But that's when I realized that I could do more. And when I went to high school, I was a great student in high school, but the biggest thing is I got a full 4-year academic scholarship to Temple University. And that was the beginning of my learning lesson. So when I refer to extraordinary preparation, who here is familiar with Floyd Mayweather? Every single day as a boxer, as a kid, he was at the gym practicing preparation. And sometimes in life we say, you know what, people are naturally smart, they're naturally gifted, they naturally have talents. Well, Michael Jordan tried out for the varsity team when he was a sophomore and he didn't make it. The reality of life is if he was naturally gifted, he would have made that team, right? Tiger Woods, when he was 18 years old, won a United States Amateur Championship when he was 18 years old. But he was working on his skills since he was 2. Fortune magazine did a study. They took a group of violinists that were 20 years old and they said, who's the best group of violinists? Who's the very best? And then they said, who's the second best? Who's the third best? Well, they looked at the first group and they said, how many hours did they practice? They had practiced for 10,000 hours. The second group had practiced for 7,500 hours. The third group had practiced for 5,000 hours. So they were able to stop and say, you know what, the very best were the ones that put the time and the effort into practice. A gentleman named Richard Marcinko, a retired United States Navy SEAL, said the only way that we could survive was we knew we needed to train, train, train. And I know when you're coming to school, you just come into school, you want to get through the day, you're working hard, you've got homework to do afterwards. But when I was in high school, I didn't understand the value of college. I didn't. As a matter of fact, I went to college for 2 years and then I dropped out. I said, what do I need the piece of paper for? I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I couldn't figure it out. It wasn't until later in life that I understand the value of that college diploma. Because I wouldn't be here on this stage if I didn't get it. You see, when I wanted to become a speaker, the organization that was going to hire me said, you have to have your college degree. I'd figured out what I wanted in life. To not have been able to take those steps or to take a longer route would have even made life more difficult than it already is. So there is a value in everything you do, and it starts with extraordinary preparation. I had made a conscious decision that if they were going to hire someone else, they were going to have to drag me out of there kicking and screaming. And that's pretty much what happened. Executive producer sat me down and said, look, Gail, I'm really sorry, but we need to have somebody with experience. We're holding auditions next week. So with tears in my eyes, I said, I'll see you at those auditions. And I went to the auditions, and there are all these people there that are sophisticated and had the talent and the knowledge and the education, and they had the skills to do that, and I was so intimidated. I went in and I did my audition, went back to my car, I cried all the way home because I figured I'd made such a fool of myself. Because I kept going back over and over again, and they were saying no, but I kept going back. Always, always finish what you start. Always finish what you start. Because for the next 2 years, for as long as that show was on the air, I was the co-host of America's TV Job Network. Thank you. That's when I knew I could do it if I really wanted to do it. Since that time, I've done the national television appearances, the local television appearances. I'm an author, I've written books. I have the things and I'm doing the things I love with my life, but you know what? It wasn't easy along the way. There was no way that it was easy. I started my business, I was completely alone, I was in the middle of bankruptcy, I had no money in the bank, and today I'm one of the leading speakers in the nation. Thank you. Life does not bring success to you, you bring success to life. Thank you. And because I believe so much in your future, I'm going to ask the advisory teachers to come to the front because I brought a copy of my book for every single one of you here today.
Woman, and we're very happy that she came to share with us her gifts, passing on the legacy.
I like the presentation. It shows that through determination and hard work, you could achieve anything. And when she came out here to talk to us kids, because I think that's what we needed to hear, because most of us out here, we don't want to realize the reality of things out there, the real world. But when she came to tell us, like, we could take that and we read this book, we learn a lot from it. We'll learn a lot and we'll achieve it towards our life. It was a great presentation that she did. It's going to help a lot of kids out here that want to do anything in life. It's going to be a great help. And a brief summary. I want to give a brief summary real fast, which was hard work, determination, focus, and what you want to do in life could get you anywhere. As you can see from her, she did it. So through her, I could do it too. So thank you for your time. This is Steve.